Hey guys, it's me, T. Just coming back from the gym. I look like a fucking mess, but I was like, I don't give a fuck. I was like, it's about the message, okay? So happy Valentine's Day. May everybody literally have self-love for themselves on this day, starting today and moving forward. I truly wish that for the entire world because it's fucking magical, okay? That's literally what it is. I had an interaction with somebody of whom I love, experiencing not such a, good start to the day or whatever. And the whole thing is, it's like, I wish I could be everybody's happiness protector, but I can't, And my whole thing is, it gets me pissed off and it touches me deeply, but there's nothing that I can do about it other than wish you well. Like literally, that's it. That's all I could do. So as close as you are to, let's say, any family member or any friend or any cousin or whatever, cousin is also a family member, duh. It doesn't fucking matter. And even a stranger, the thing is, it's like and the thing is, I would have told this person straight out, but I just know that this person was in a truly vulnerable position, so it's not like a time to really teach them, but it's time to just go with the flow on the decision they've made. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to kick a person while they're down. Like, they're already fucking, kind of in a regretful and, like, not in a good state of mind, and it's like, I'm not going to do that. That's not my position. Well, oh, you shouldn't have done that. I'm not that type of person. But the thing is, this is what I wanted to express to everybody, is it's so funny how people find me courageous, and I don't even find myself courageous. Like, that's the funny part. Like, I really don't. There's some, like, moments in my life where I would have been like, oh, shit. Like, I never would have thought I would have done that for myself. You know what I'm saying? But like, everyday moments, it's like, I have this heart that I bought at the dollar store, and I love it so much, and it says, love each moment. And the whole thing is, that's exactly what you have to do in this life. You only get one life, guys. And the whole thing is, if you're not sick or if you're sick, we all get the same fucking amount of time. But the thing is, when you get sick, it's because you've put yourself last a whole bunch of times, and that accumulated, and that caused your body to be at dis-ease with itself. You obviously weren't listening to your intuition, or you weren't, you didn't expel shit that bothered you in terms of, like, a creativity and in terms of, like, a writing and, expressing yourself, like talking to a friend, talking to somebody about your issues. Like, you have to expel this shit out of you or else it collects, and that's what it is. And my whole thing is, it's like, I don't know what drives me. I think it's love that drives me, but also it's knowing that I want to have a really damn good life. And if I want to have a really damn good life, and I'm strict with that, like, that's what it is. It's funny. People find me, like, courageous, but I'm actually just strict with my happiness. Like, I'm strict with what's going to give me the most amount of happiness. So it's like, I've worked 9 to 5. I was actually thanking God today in my Zumba class that I was like, God, I'm so grateful that I don't work a 9 to 5 because that I got the fuck out of there, because of the fact that it's like, even though I'm appreciative of all of it, the money and everything, the connection with people, it's not me. You know what I'm saying? And I chose that life, and I'm able, and again, I actually also realize I am privileged to actually live this way, because a lot of people, aren't. But at the same time, it's so funny. I'm actually, if you saw me and, like, what I have in my world, it doesn't even look like I'm privileged, okay? Like, it looks like I'm, like literally, like, what do I want to say? Like passing, what's that? Fuck, I'm so bad at, like, saying, it's like when you're passing by, like, the skin of your teeth or whatever, like, it really looks like that. And the whole thing is, it's like, and I don't fucking care, because the whole thing is, I have a car, I'm grateful. I have a room, I'm grateful. I have, like, all this, so it was my mentality that made me really aware of my privilegedness, in terms of, I decided to basically simplify my mind so that whatever fucking comes my way, I'm not freaking out. Like, I refuse to freak out. You know what I'm saying? And I've realized this living with so many, like experiencing so many lives around me that are like, oh my God, I have to work so hard for money. I have to work. And then I decided one day, like, I don't even know what sparked it, but I was like, I'm not being a chaser of money. Money can kiss my ass. Like, I love money, and I always like, and I don't want to say kiss my ass in a negative way, because I'm going to say I really treasure money for what it is able to provide me. I'm not a money hater whatsoever. I'm actually the opposite. I'm actually a money lover, and I don't give a fuck, like, in terms of how anybody makes their money. It's like, just do you. You know what I'm saying? Do what's resonating with you. But the whole thing is, it's like, what is so crazy is, like, there's a whole bunch of, like, I'm surrounded by people, and I don't get it. I'm surrounded by people, and especially, that's what bothers me the most, is, like, these fucking people that are actually the best people that I know are not making the right decisions in terms of their happiest. So they become the unhappiest people that I know, which is fucked, right? It's so fucked. So here I come along, and I'm like, trying to help them out, and my advice sounds like a lecture. And it's because I'm pissed off that they're not going with their intuition, or they're not going with what they deserve, but they're also not believing that there is better out for them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they believe that this is the only way to live life, and that's the way that they have to do it. And, and they're highly creative. That's the whole fucking point, is like, yo, you're gonna fucking, and I'm gonna say it, because honestly, some people are very much so dealing with this, is you are gonna get suicidal at one point, when you're making the fucking decisions and it counts in each fucking moment, whether somebody calls you back, like, let's say, like, this is a scenario that happened today. This person's not feeling good this morning, and now, I guess, I don't know if that person had to work or if they didn't have to work, and, and she was basically saying how, so we're gonna just call her she was basically saying how, like, they called her in, like, earlier, and she has to go. Now, the whole thing is, you don't have to go. That's the whole thing, guys. Like, if you could free yourself up and tell yourself that you don't have to go. And honestly, and I'm not saying this because I'm actually a strong person, so I'll drive through anything. Do you know what I'm saying? And not in a bulldozing sense, but bulldozing with myself, with the ego that came with me. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'll bulldoze right through it just to fucking surpass it in terms of what I want. You know what I'm saying? But some people are allowing their egos to dictate how they're going to live their life. Like, oh, this is the only way that they've seen it done, and they're going to just stick to that. And it's just like, bro, why are you dismissing your creativity over your ego? I don't get it, And it's also faith. It's like, you don't have trust, you don't have faith enough, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's something, if you were to just make a decision that's happier for you, you will see the light that meets you at the end of the tunnel, like, or like with you, and it might even be with you. You just have to get over that fucking hump of, this is the decision I want to make. Now, in this scenario, if I was, like, how I would do it is basically, like, if somebody had called me into work, and if I was working that day and I was feeling mentally shitty, you know what I'm saying? I would decide, do I go into work or not, right? You get those clean A and B scenarios. Now you go with your gut feeling on what that has to happen, because sometimes, let me break it down for you. Sometimes we actually don't feel like it, but if you were to put your ego aside in the morning and then make the decision, and all you got to do is pray about it. Just be like, God, I'm giving you my ego so that you can send me to the best places, send me to the best scenarios, send me to where I need to, use me throughout this day, to bring the best possible self to this life, And so basically ask for whatever the fuck it is that you want. It's so easy, right? It's so easy, but you have to be able to put your ego aside and believe in something bigger, believe in your creator, believe that the universe is in your favor. Now, so what I was saying is, like, so you have a decision. There's a man watching me as I tape. So funny. So you have this decision that basically is a yes or no, right? And you go upon your gut feeling, and sometimes your gut feeling is totally opposite in terms of what you actually want to do. And so you might want to stay home, right? But the whole thing is, sometimes you are meant for a bigger purpose throughout your day. So it's like, just, and so your gut is saying just go to work, right? So it's like, fine, all right, so go to work dragging, it's okay, like, you're human, you have to do that, but just know that you're going into work because something great is about to happen to you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you're about to be uplifted, or there's going to be an uplifting energy there, or something that is in beneficial, or it doesn't make sense. It's going to benefit you, put it that way. So it's like, just follow it. It's not a big deal. Now, also, I couldn't, like, that. This is why I'm so grateful for not a 9-to-5 job or whatever the fuck it is. I'm grateful for my freedom, put it that way, because I get to choose whatever the fuck I want to choose, and I don't care what scenario or what situation I'm in. I truly trust that if I go with my gut and I follow it and I have pure intentions of, like, doing the best for myself and other people, then I know that something else is waiting for me on the other side, that the angels have created, that God has created, and I get to fucking enjoy it at the end of the day. That's all. It's like, and you do that over and over and over and over again, you get a good fucking life. You know what I'm saying? That basically applies to all aspects of your life. Like, whatever you're questioning, you pray about it, you ask for a sign, I do this constantly, guys. I use my entire self to navigate this life, like, to maneuver myself, to, like, fucking work myself out, because I'm human too. I'm so imperfect. And the whole thing is, it's like, I'm not gonna wait around, be fucking unhappy for the rest of my life because somebody wants me to come into work for them. Like, fuck that shit, dude. I can't, you know? I'm meant for something greater, and as is everybody, but, like, you have to believe that, and you have to follow that in order for you to actually get there. But you cannot be making the opposite decisions and wanting to get there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that. So the whole thing is, in this scenario, personally speaking, I would have been like, okay, check in with the gut, because maybe I'm being a little whiny baby about it. It's not a big deal. Like, I'll just, you know, fucking fight it through. Not fight it, but, like, more so, like, I'll stick it out, you know? And if my gut were to say, like, first, and then also, like, if they asked you to come in earlier and you just don't feel like it either, that's another, like, you know, thing to kind of, check in with yourself about. Like, it's minor, but you do it with big things and you do it with minor things, and it doesn't fucking matter, because all decisions or the negative or midway, because sometimes it's really funny. It's the same thing with love. When people decide not to be on the aspect of love, they get a wishy-washy life, right? Same thing with the gut. If you don't respect yourself enough to go with your gut, and you do it once in a while, like, you're going to get wishy-washy results, right? But if you decide that I'm going to choose love all the fucking time, you know, maturity and just how, and integrity and how things should be, right? Things like how you would want to be treated. It's not how things should be. It's how you would want it to be treated. Any fucking, like, if you can also create, like, add to the creativity of the integrity, that would be amazing. You know, because sometimes people don't even see it coming when you are able to be in and of integrity, but also choosing to do something way out of your way that no one saw coming. So that's just kind of like, whoa, you know, it blows the other person's mind out of the water, as does it for you as well. So my whole thing is, I would have, you know, told the person, and it took me a long time, by the way, to understand this. So this is why I'm coming at you with just, like, force. Like, you can do this because I've been fucking doing it, and I want you to do it because I'm telling you, I live a damn good life. Like, people might not think that, or no, actually, people know that. I'm not going to even say that. They might not think that. They know that. And they don't understand the magic behind it, because, like, they find me fucking totally crazy because that I'm actually willing to do all this stuff for myself, and they find me also selfish. But it's like, listen, the whole thing is, it's like, you make yourself happy, there's a ripple effect out into your personal world, your outer world, the whole world in itself, to all of humankind, and it's just kind of like, you know, I like to put all of humankind and then the world, you know, like, in terms of order. And it's like, it ripples out to everybody. So you call it selfish, I call it very effective. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, I don't give a fuck. Like, it's one of those things where it's just like, if you actually even felt those results, you would never call it selfish either. You know what I'm saying? And so the whole thing is, I get so fucking like not heated, but pissed, but like, you know, like fired up for these people that I'm just like, yo, you could be like, there's a person out there that is sick with cancer. You know what I'm saying? There's a person out there that, you know, you can think of any fucking scenario, and it's just like, and you're actually healthy, and you're not siding with love all the time, and you're not siding with, you know, the decisions that you need to be making for yourself in terms of, you know, what your gut feeling is telling you. So it pisses me off that those two things are not a consistent nature for other people. Do you get what I'm saying? And the whole thing is, I figured out that it has to be. This is actually what it needs to be. You know what I'm saying? And to live, those are like your foundational fucking, you know, like tools, in essence, that you're born with, and that is your birthright to use, that people aren't fucking using. And you're like, yo, how are you really living this life all up until now? Like, it's just crazy. Oh, that's right, because you're fucking following money instead of your own fucking heart. I don't get it, right? And I don't get it because of the fact that your heart was created before money was even introduced to you. That's what I don't fucking get. It's like crazy shit. So my whole thing is, it's like, you know, like, shout out to the people who are courageous enough to make their own fucking decisions in this life. I'm not saying I'm making any grandiose decisions. I don't even think that I do, but I think that a lot of people see that within me for some reason, and they don't understand how I'm able to do it. And it's like, because I trust, because I have faith, because I do want something better for myself. You know what I'm saying? What else did I want to say? I wanted to say that, like, it's so funny, I get a little distracted when people are like pulling up around me, but I wanted to say that, you know, today's a day about extreme self-love, and may it be that for everybody, and may that actually even ripple effect out into the world way more than I think, and way more than I think it will, but also, what's it called, like way more like out into the future. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, not, it's fucking common sense, guys. That's what I'm saying. It's common sense if you were to actually feel your way through this life, rather than doing what was taught to you in terms of, oh, what's the right thing to do? Yeah, okay, we're all taught that the right thing to do is to go to work and to make money. How about if your happiness isn't there? You know, that was, and so my whole thing is, it's like, if somebody, and this is what I want to go back to, if somebody asks you to go into work, doesn't mean that you're going to say no all the time and being a fucking flat out bitch because you want to be happy. No, you relax. Like, I'm learning a lot to like relax in this life, to take a step back before I go forward. And the whole thing is, it's more so like, so you receive that call, hey, you want to come in? Hey, you know what? Let me check it out, and I'll call you right back. You know what I'm saying? And give yourself that little fucking 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to feel into what is right for you. Where do you need to be in this life today? Maybe you need to be at home. Maybe you need to experience that self-love because you're not getting enough of it. Do you know what I'm saying? And the whole thing is, it's like, and the reason why we don't do that is because a lot of us are scared of our bosses, because we put them in such an authoritative position that, oh, they pay us and we need to show them respect. And it's like, dude, you're showing them respect all the time by being a good fucking employee. Like, that doesn't, just because you need 5 minutes doesn't mean that you are disrespectful. That's what I don't understand, what other people are like, oh my God, I can't do that. Yes, you can do that, because they're people too. You know, your boss fucking needs 5 minutes to take a fucking shit, you know, like when he needs to take a shit, you know, and it's like, you have to listen to your own feelings too. Okay, you don't really have to take a shit, but like, maybe, but your body's telling you, hey, you need 5 minutes to make this fucking decision. So you do it. And let me just tell you, a lot of the times when you do this, your boss will actually be more impressed than they will be nasty if you're working for a really good boss. You know what I'm saying? If you're not, that's also a question that should be up for self-love. Like, get the fuck out of your job. Like, it's that easy. I've done it so many times. Like, if I don't like the way that, you know, the way that the sales are kind of shifting, if I'm feeling into it, I'm like, I don't like where this is going, I'm out. Like, that's it. Like, I don't have to fucking be here, you know? And I, you know, bounce to another job and I get a new experience and I love it and I keep it fresh and I start over. Who fucking cares? We're always starting over. That's what we don't realize. But I'm okay with that. And I just like, until, you know, and I'm okay with that because of the fact that, sorry, I had to just like do something in there. So yeah, I'm okay with the fact that like, you know, that I had to, because I also didn't know what I wanted to do. All I knew exactly was that I'm going to own my own business. So since I don't know what that is yet, I'm gonna hop around. Like, I have the freedom to do that, and I'll still be hopping around just like fucking just in my own job, just to keep it fresh and whatever, like in my own business, you know, like I'm not gonna like hold back, like, oh, you know, like not in my foundationals and my values will I hop around, but in everything else, in terms of creativity and how to live those values and foundations, yeah, that's what I'll be hopping around in, because that shit is fun. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is like, as a self-love act, make life fun today, you know? Also, like, it's funny because like us women, another thing that came out of this person's mouth is like, oh, I really, you know, she's like, sometimes I don't feel like smiling at work. And I'm like, well, then why are you smiling? Like, you don't have to smile. And so she's like, yeah, but I have to smile because my job, like, you know, you know, requires it, or it like, basically it's like a quiet, what's it called? Like a quiet, requirement. You know what I'm saying? It's not, excuse me, it's not the word that I'm looking for. It's something, whatever. It's like a quiet requirement. It is, because no one says it, but they expect you to smile. Now, the whole thing is, it's like, with that too, is like, let me just tell you something. You don't fucking have to smile. And like, let me just tell you, you know, when you, like, and I know how that is, because that's a people-pleasing thing. And I do that shit too. But I actually started to just go with how I feel. So it's like, the whole thing is, it's like, you know, and also, not gonna lie, it's really interesting how employers really expect you to smile, but sometimes day in, day out, it's the same shit. So it's like, and people are going through some stuff and you're not doing anything to kind of like like, they're working for you, but you're not doing anything to actually, you know, take them out of their own minds to then enjoy a job. Do you know what I'm saying? So that they can stay and they can, like, you know, stay with you for longevity. You know, it's kind of like day in, day out, you're doing the same shit. It's like, of course people are gonna fucking get a little fucking pissy and they're not gonna want to smile. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like natural. Like, what are you gonna do? You know? But the whole thing is, it's like, you know, and I work in an industry too where I have to smile, but, you know, on the days that I can't, I literally pray about it, because I know that it's very valuable to the company that I work for. It's very much so how I want to feel. And so, you know, I pray for it, because I don't want to fucking feel miserable. So like, my whole thing is, it's like, I can just be there standing with like a neutral face, but I'd rather be smiling. I'd rather be laughing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, pray about it. And that's what I'm saying. So you don't, but also, you know, you're allowed to just be. Like, that's the whole thing. So if you decide to go to work and you don't decide to smile, it's okay. Like, don't smile. Like, just be real, you know? And you will attract real at work as well, you know? So now it's so funny, because a lot of us nice people, like, that really are very aware of other people, and, you know, we've grown up to be, I'm gonna just start my car because I need some AC kicking. I'm like so hot right now. Yes, wind beneath my wings. So what was I gonna, and wind in my hair. I'm so excited. So yeah, like, so basically the whole thing is, it's like, that's a whole nother topic in terms of like being a nice person in a society and what people expect of you as a nice person. It's like, we're gonna bring those expectations down, kid, because of the fact that, let me just tell you, as a happy person in in our global society, like, I can tell you right now, like, I allow myself to have the fucking crazy days, like, where I don't feel like fucking smiling, I don't feel like, you know, I don't feel like dancing, I don't feel like doing shit, I don't feel like getting up. Like, I'm the same I am just the same as a fucking miserable person on some days than I am, you know, smiling, you know. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but like, yeah, majority of the days I'm happy, but I can be just as miserable as a miserable person. That's what I meant to say. So it's like, so my whole thing is, it's like, we have this crazy fucking understanding about people, you know, in terms of like, dude, we're not robots. I know we're programmed a certain way that kind of makes us act like robots, even at work. That's the fucking worst, when you really have to put on your fucking robot aspect of yourself and just go to work. And especially when you're nice, when you're creative, when you're a good person, and you have to fucking just shield that shit. Like, imagine, like, I just said those 3 things. Imagine how big those 3 things are, but you're actually shielding yourself because you've been taught that when you go to work, you have to act professional. And professional means you don't show your emotions. Professional means that you're not a fucking human being. Professional means that you're just going there, getting paid, and getting the fuck out. Meaningless. And that's an issue. That's a huge fucking issue, because let me just tell you something. There's no longevity there. There's no wanting to return back for a very long, you know, in terms of longevity. And the spirit fucking dies out like so easily, and people don't fucking care. People at the end of the day, they don't care. And it's like, that's why I've also come to the decision that I am a person that cares. I have to just be honest with that. And the whole thing is, it's like, if I'm a person that cares, I have to honor that within myself. I have to care for myself. I have to care for, you know, it's interesting. That's a whole nother topic also about caring. But like, I have to care for myself first and foremost. And I've just gotten to that point where I'm just like, nope, it's just me that I'm taking care of right now. Like, this is how I need to live my life, because I'm all over the fucking place. People are expecting too much from me, and I already am highly creative, highly intuitive, highly sensitive, highly, like, oh my god, like, fucking highly human, you know what I'm saying? And my whole thing is, it's like, you don't realize that there's so much going on that, you know, doesn't meet the, or that whatever, more than, there's so much more going on, more than what meets the eye. Yeah, I think that's what it is. That, like, people don't take into consideration. And it's like, dude, take it into consideration. And then, also add the aspect of, I'm a female and I get fucking hormonal every month. Like, dude, no wonder we're all fucking bad shit. You know what I'm saying? But the whole thing is, we have to accept that bad shit crazy. You know, we have to accept it, and we have to roll with it. And if it's something that if you have to hide your emotions due to something, then pray about it. But I wouldn't even suggest that. I would really practice on being real all the time, and start today. Start doing that. Start being real. I mean, and by being real, you're actually following your own intuition, your own inner self, and you're not even paying attention to people pleasing others. And that's self-love. That's when you can get on a fucking roll of that. And I know that there are repercussions that people don't want to deal with. Actually, that makes me very courageous as well, because I know the repercussions that come from being very self-love centered. But the whole thing is, I don't give a fuck anymore, because of the fact that people are learning around me energetically, and that's what I choose to believe in. It's not what they say, it's not what they do, it's not what they are opposing, it's the aspect of that they've never felt this feeling before. And that, to them, they want to label it something, they want to call it something, they want to call me names, whatever. I just, like, I don't fucking, as a human, I have to roll it off of let it roll off of my shoulders. Like, I have to brush it off and keep moving. And so when it comes to my courageousness, I really shield myself and block myself from, oh shit, here are the consequences that I gotta face right now that I actually knew was coming. But the whole thing is, it's like, but the whole thing is, I still gotta do it anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's like, feel the fear and do it anyway. And that's basically what you're doing. You have to you know, this life is not about the people around you. This life is about you and how you're going to create it and how you're going to show other people how to live your best life. It's not, you know, people, that's what I'm saying. People for the longest time are like family first. And it's like, your family is wonderful and you're so blessed and lucky to have them, but they've also taught you only so much, and they continue to teach you only so much. But it's like, if you don't come from an expansive family, like one that believes in, like, you know, education and, you know, whatever, like, I can go into all of it, like, because there's so much to it, so many different elements. I'm gonna stop here though. But, you know, I'm just saying, concentrate on yourself from now on and see the fucking magic that happens. It is freeing. This is freedom, guys. So I'm telling you right now, you can bust through anything. Just know that you can, and you will. It's like that quote, know that you can is like doing is half the fucking battle, or you're halfway there. Knowing that you can or can't is knowing that you can is half the battle. I think that's basically what it is. So I'm going to stop right here so it's not like 2 videos. I love you guys so much. Mwah! Have a great Valentine's Day and blessings to all. Love you. Bye.